Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you'd like to know more about my knitwear designs, please check in the description below. And there you will find a link to my Ravelry page where you can see my patterns that are available for you to purchase, and a link to the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group where we can continue the conversation that we are having here, or as always, chat with me in the comments below. I love talking to people about the video. Today we have how to make a project page on Ravelry. I decided to do this because tomorrow, February 1st, 2018 is going to be the beginning of the Unheeded Warnings knit along, and some of the people participating are new to Ravelry, so I thought I'd make this video on how to make a Ravelry project page. And even if you're not participating in this particular knit along, hopefully you will find this useful if you've been wondering about Ravelry project pages. They are a fantastic way to keep track of what you're working on and to make notes and to know what needles you used and to be able to look back. And also, Ravelry, with so many different people making project pages, it creates this database of information on each of the patterns. So I show you how to look at that in the video. I show you how to make project pages. I show you how to put in all your information, add photos, and then I show you how to go into a forum and post in that forum to share your pictures, because I love looking at pictures, so there's a little bit of self-interest involved here. So if you're watching this after February of 2018, the knit along is over, but check in with my Ravelry group anywhere. We might be doing something fun because I always try to keep things going. Here we go. First, you have to decide what pattern you're going to make. I've pulled up Unheeded Warnings here so I can make a pattern page, a project page for the pattern. You can use the Ravelry database to search and find something you want. I have a video on searching the Ravelry database, but I could probably make a better one if you guys need something more in detail. Something I want to make sure you are logged in as you. See, you can see up in the corner my little happy face. And I'm logged in as me, and so the first thing you do is you've selected your pattern and you want to click cast on this project. If you are crocheting something, I believe it says hook it or something like that, which is funnier. Click cast on, and then you need to name your project. I'm going to call it the Unheeded Warnings Prototype, R-O-T-O-T-Y-P-E, okay? And I'm going to say create this project. There you go. Project page created. Of course, you're probably going to want a little more information in there. So the first thing you want to do when you're getting started is to click, see this little pencil, that edit product, or right over here, you can see it says edit project. So click on that. It has a name. I'm making it for me. Actually, I made it for Miss Babs. For Miss Babs. And you can, if I wanted to link to the Raveler, I could link to her. And then you can have a goal date, considering I'm already finished with it, but I want to show you how to do this. The knit along ends on April 5th. So I can put that as your goal date. Now the size made, if you have more than one size, you can record what size you made. And here where it says additional patterns, if you're taking 2 or more patterns and like using elements from either of them, say you're taking a stitch pattern from this and adding it into a sweater, you can, here is where you can add an additional pattern and say that you combined them. The craft is knitting, and then here's where you can put tags to make it easier for you and other people to search. The tag we're using for the Unheeded Warnings knit along is Unheeded Knit Along. Now, if you wanted to tag other things, you put a comma, and I could say shawl, and I could say Miss Babs, or I could not put an extra. And so all of those things will show up as tags. Next, you need to add what needle you're using, and this is important because you think you're going to remember, but in a month or 2 or 3 years, you're not going to remember what needle you had. And it'd be good because if you want to use the same yarn, it'd be good to know what needle you used previously. So I believe I used a 6. I might have to change this. It was a 5 or a 6. The pattern tells you what. And then the gauge, you get it. You type in the gauge you got. I am going to click fill in the gauge because that's the gauge I got. Hopefully you get to click fill in the gauge because you've swatched and you get the gauge from the pattern. Now we want to add yarn. I used Miss Babs Yummy, and then you click this little link right here and it gives you different options to choose from, and it was Yummy 2-ply. So I click there and then I would type in the colorway, and I believe it's Pig's Fly, and you can choose the closest color, which is pink. I honestly, and you could put how much. I used like 0.85. Well, yes, 0.9. Yeah, 0.9 of the skein. And then you can also enter where you purchased it, and if you'd like to keep track of the things, how much you paid, all this kind of information can be useful in the future. So if you have it, you can add it. And I could click here, copy and add another colorway. And I can't remember what the second color was. I think it was Month of Sundays or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to. And that was a brownish color. So we'll put brown. It was more of a gray. Yeah, it was definitely more of a gray. So there we go. I can go in and change that later. And again, you can put the information here, and then you can write in whatever notes you want to write. I'm going to write for unheated morning. Night-a-dee. Or you can write when you knit it. You can write pretty much anything you want there except for the pattern. Do not copy the pattern and paste it into your project notes. That's a no-no, copyright violation. And so save changes. There we go. We have a pattern page. It has all the information in here. Now, if I later want to come in and write more notes, you click there, pops up, and I'm going to say more notes and add that note. And look, it's dated. Isn't that cool? Now, without going into editing the whole thing, you can also go here. The status of this drop down is finished. I'm super happy about the project. I started it sometime last year. I think I started it in like June, but I don't know the exact day, so I can click that. And I finished it, I think, in September. I had to click 2017 because I did not finish it in the future. And again, I don't know the exact day because I'm doing this retroactively. But if you're doing it as you go along, you can keep track of exactly how long things kept you and all that kind of stuff. It's great. And then save changes. So you have all that information here. So we have all this, but guess what? What else do we need? Pictures. So you can upload from your computer, which is pretty much what I do 100% of the time. Then you could connect to Instagram. Obviously, you see I haven't done this, but if you use Instagram a lot, you could connect to Instagram. You can connect to Google if you store things in Google Drive. Here you go. They've got all these different things. If you have a picture on like your website or your blog, you can pull it over. And it's really cool. What are the settings? I've never clicked on this button. Oh, you have these interesting options. But I'm going to upload from the computer. We're going to browse, and here is Unheated Warnings. Now, I did not knit the blue and yellow one. My lovely test knitter did, but I did knit the pink one. And I could do this and then hold the control button down on my keyboard and select all of the ones you want to include. See how they highlighted? But that would take forever to upload. So I'm only going to upload 2. I'm going to do this happy face and this one. So those are cool. So we're going to say open and then go up here and say upload now. And we're going to wait. You can see it's going. It's thinking about it and it's uploading. Now, we are done with that. You can say you're finished with photos. And look how great that looks, and see they're nice and centered. Now, if they were not nice and centered for you, you can go back to where it says add photos, and if you hover over this little cropping tool, see how you get that 4-way arrow? You can grab it and move it around until it's where you want it. See? If you wanted it elsewhere than from where it puts it. We're going to say finished with photos, and we are good to go. Now, we have all of this information and my project page is done. Once you are finished with your project, you can go down here and say how you liked the pattern. I'm not going to vote on my own pattern, but hey, 5 stars would be nice. You can also say what your difficulty rating for this was. I personally think this one definitely falls into easy, but it's based on what you thought it was, which makes that whole section kind of interesting. You can see that this has 45 projects, it's in 179 queues, and there's one project in my favorites. That's interesting. So down here, you can see it's Kathy G. So we go to that project, and it takes me to Kathy G's, which is super cool. And I actually went in and marked this. If you find, here, we're going to, I'm going to delete this so I can do it all over again, okay? So it says, are these notes helpful? And you push yes, these notes are totally helpful. And it says, help make Ravelry better by using your mouse. And I highlighted this because I thought it was interesting that she gave the measurements. It's very useful. So everything is finished there. Now, why would we do this? If you go here and we go back to the actual pattern page, you can go and look at projects. And projects, looking at these project pages, it's a great way to decide if you want to knit something, because you can go into these project pages and the comments might be, this was hard and this was a challenge, and you might want to take that under advice. But also you go in and you look for these. That little lifesaver means that they have a useful, somebody has found their note helpful. So you can scroll through and look at all the cool pictures. Oh, look at that. Very nice. But you can see that because I put that there, it has a helpful note. So that is super cool. But again, I can go, how do you find your project page? I click on myself. Now I am in, or you click here where it says my notebook. You go to my notebook. And there we go. I am on my projects. When you hover here, you get all your different options and you would click projects. This is my projects, all of the projects I've put on Ravelry. I don't do it much anymore. I really should, but I'm slack. And a lot of what I'm doing is secret, so I really can't. And there I'm back at my project page. So that's super cool. Now, I also said I would show you how to upload a photo to a forum. So we're going to go to the forum. And these are my forums, and I'm going to go to the Barbara Benson Designs forum. And if I wasn't a member of this group, right here, there'd be a button that says join this group. And if you want to participate in the along, you have to join the group. But it's no big deal. You just click the button. And then we're going to go to, this is the official thread that's going to open up tomorrow, but it's locked right now. So we're going to go to the planning thread that I've been running, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So here I'm at the bottom of the thread, so you could reply to thread down here, or up here, reply to thread. Click that and it opens up this interface. I'm going to scroll up to make sure that it is not behind, I think that's as high as it'll get. So I'm going to say, I need to make a post for a video. Yay! I need to spell! Now, if you want to link your project, the easiest way I have of linking my project is you go to my notebook, projects, and right click on it so you can open a new tab. Then here's my projects. I go here and you go up here and copy the URL. Or you can right click and copy. I use Control-C all the time. Go back to the tab and then you click, see this hyperlink? Click there and paste that URL you just copied. Insert link. And now it says link text. It says check out, CHECK, out my project. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to insert a picture. The way we insert our picture is, see this little thing that looks like a Polaroid? Oh, now I can scroll up. Yay. See this little thing that looks like a Polaroid? You want to click it. You can use an image from the web, just like it was when we were uploading. You can pull stuff and copy and paste a URL there. Don't hot link somebody else's. Only do it if you like it's from your Flickr page. You can upload an image directly from a computer, but I believe that costs $5. If you pay $5 for the whole year, you can upload an image directly from your computer. I personally like using this because we just created a project page. We can click here and use a project page. So I can go here and pick out what picture I want to do. So I'm going to click on this. There we go. And then click use this photo. Poof. If you want to know what your post is going to look like before you post it, click this button that says preview. And there you have your preview, and it shows you exactly what your post is going to look like. Oh. Check out I'm going to right click on this and open it. There you go. It went to my project page, so I know my link's working. And I clicked anywhere and it went away. I didn't quite look at it, so let's make it come back. And I'm going to take this, and so that's what my project page looks like. So then all we do is post reply, and there we go. You have posted with a link and a picture into the forum, which is super easy. Ravelry really makes this stuff very, you gotta know what you're looking at, but once you see it, it really kind of gives you directions if you just read. So I hope you now are comfortable with the idea of making a project page and adding pictures to it. I hope that answered most of the questions you have about Ravelry project pages. If you have any more questions, please talk to me in the comments below. I'd be happy to try to answer them. If this means, hey, I need another video on how to do this, I can figure it out and work on getting that video done. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, click that like button, and if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. And if you have any knitting friends that you think would enjoy this video, please share it on social media using that share button. Thank you so much.